Welcome back, boys, girls, and NBs. I drink out of a glass covered in my own cum.
Huh? That's Josh.
I mean, I wouldn't admit that.
I don't
to
know
the
where
public.
how we got here from.
What do you mean we don't know?
Well, that's
My glass, my drinking receptacle has my company logo. Christian thought I said cum.
yeah, but the way you said it is ugh.
Can
How'd
my
we get here?
brain not jump to conclusions?
That's
Joshua?
Christian.
And
that's
my name is
Erica.
Rick.
And we are the Judgies.
Judgies.
The judgiest place on the internet.
That's us.
Now, before we get into stuff, Christian, remember on the year review episode where you said most likely to intro the podcast and you said you've never done it?
Yeah.
Well, turns out you have done it on episode 12, Big Barber.
Wow.
This episode keeps coming up in the ether because we also got an email from a listener saying, I won't say their name, in case they don't want to be outed, but they said, my name's, and I thought your derivative joke in episode 12 was funny. That's all. Have a good day. So I had to go back and listen through all of episode 12 to figure out what they, and I was like, oh, it'll probably be at the front. It was like in the last fucking 12 minutes. That's all right. I listened to it on 1.6 times speed with the silence trimmed, so I got
1.6. What is this? 1.6 with silence trimmed. How did you do this?
Well, I can't go 2 times with silence trimmed because it's too fast. So 1.6 times.
What are you using to trim
the
silence?
Google Podcast app.
Oh. I didn't know that was a feature ahead.
The joke, do you guys want the context?
Yes.
I'm sure it's really funny, so let's hear the whole thing.
We were talking
please
about...
explain.
Well, first off, Big Barber was because one of the conspiracy theories that you read was the longer the people's hair, the more smart they are. So Big Barber was trying to get people to cut it to keep them dumb. And then we brought up what we thought was real and how, like, pyramid schemes, which was Delta, right?
Okay.
Because I said, oh, the people on the bottom of the pyramid are the strongest. And then you said, Erica, that's something like a sorority would say. And I said, yeah, I hear it Delta, Delta, Delta.
Which
Because
is-
they're all pyramids.
Which
right?
is in the triangle, and delta means change.
And you said that was a really smart joke. And then you guys looked at me like I didn't get it. And I said, oh, I was going to say something about dydx, but I would have felt like that joke was derivative. Okay, so thank you for the email.
Please insert laughter there.
Can we cut all of that, please?
No.
See, here's the problem.
Episode 12 was so good, though. Like, even though I was listening to it on 1.6 times speed and trim silence, I felt like I was laughing nonstop. It was a very good episode.
Like, here's the thing. That was not a funny joke, but it was a very smart joke, Josh. So, like, kudos on that. It's just, unfortunately, not funny.
First time we've got an email about a joke, so, I mean, I'm 1 for 1 over here.
Oh, that actually is a pretty good point.
Erica, what do we got for reviews this week?
Oh, I do have
5-star reviews coming in on the Apple iTunes store.
some reviews for
Podcast.
you. We'll review these reviews.
Oh, shit.
All right. I've got one from, I'm going to say that's Ray.
Yeah.
R-E-I. Ray
That's how I would pronounce
Inden. I found these guys on TikTok, and so I looked them up on here. And now I'm just straight binging these hilarious gems called episodes.
Yeah.
I like that.
We actually don't call them episodes, though, so just don't use that word.
What do we call them?
Gems.
Yeah.
Oh,
We call,
correct.
these hilarious episodes called gems would be the proper way to use it.
They say, Ray says, highly recommend if you like to laugh. And he says, now one of my top 3 favorite pods.
Yeah, bud. So, like, what are the other 2? Who do we need to take out? Who are we calling out?
Ladies and Tangents. It's my new favorite podcast.
Dude, don't give them. They're funnier than us.
Is that another math joke?
No. It's a
We're
It's a
talking about
TikTok podcast
tangents
that's
and, like,
really good.
They go on
linear
tangents
like
a lot.
linear regressions and stuff.
No, they just go on
No,
tangents.
it is
a lot.
actually about that. You're only on episode like 2.
First
if
of all-
you get to their deeper cuts, like episode
No.
8.
Are you listening to it?
No, but I have watched their TikToks and they're pretty funny.
They're very funny. I'm going to shout out Ladies and Tangents because they're great.
I mean, that's crazy that like all of our listeners are about to just have a mass exodus.
You can listen to more than one podcast at one
The
time.
next 5-star review is 5-star review. Thanks for the great recommendation on podcast.
You know what other podcast I like? This podcast will kill you. It's great.
Well,
It's
see,
about
now,
infectious diseases.
you better hope those Ray's other two, because now we're kicked out of the top 3.
Yeah.
They can only have 3 at a time.
Ray, if you're listening, don't listen
Do you
to
think
that
that
advice.
maybe this is like a thing of like we're in the top 3, but it's like a tie. It's too close to decide. So it's like we're all kind of number 1, but there's 3 of us.
I gotcha.
All right, I got one more. Titled Love the Judgies
And we love you.
by I'm Tired of Making Up Nicknames.
I
Very
feel you.
good name.
This has become my new favorite podcast. Have you listened to Ladies in Tangent? How about this
You're
podcast
really
will kill you?
fucking. You're killing us here, Erica.
They have great chemistry and instantly boost my mood. I've binged all the episodes and wish there. I've binged all the episodes and wish there was more. Love you guys. I love you too. I'm tired of making up nicknames. Thanks for the review.
There is, and a lot of people say like, "Oh, it's like hanging out with friends," and I wish I could hang out with you guys. Like you're like my new friends. I don't get it. You guys fucking suck to hang out with. So like
us or the listeners?
No, them.
You
No.
personally suck.
Christian and Erica. It's a slog. It's a job to me.
Yeah, I would agree. I put on this happy face and I literally go home and I just like
We cry.
I cry.
Yeah.
I punch a lot of holes through doors. I have like
You're
it's so hard for me to not just like lose it on you.
You're
Like you make a derivative joke and then you bring it up 40 weeks later. Are you fucking kidding me?
your basement is Monsters Inc. in a way. You
It's
just have
actually that's how we demolished our kitchen. Just one punch at a time because Christian was so mad at you.
I just re-listened to our entire back catalog.
good. Well, will this make you feel better? Listeners, if you're not watching the video, I am wearing a shirt, and might I say, this shirt is bananas. BANANAS. So if you're new to this podcast and you're here from Ladies and Tangents because they sent you on over,
Boo.
what we do is we read internet stories
I'm
and we
fucking
laugh at
mad.
people and we judge them and we give fake advice. Don't take it too seriously, guys. We're just here to make you laugh and cry. And Christian sometimes reads the stories. So Christian, get us into that, man.
All right.
Can
First,
I just real I wasn't emotionally prepared to boo you, Joshua.
That's why I kept
Earlier.
talking. No, so I. Yeah.
But I'm ready now, so
No, I kept talking to like make it so there was
Yeah.
no air to breathe or boo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
it was palpable.
Yeah.
But boo. All right, Christian, you may continue.
I think I'm editing this episode, so I'll cut your boo back in
Thank you so much.
previously.
Okay.
It'll be very out of context. It'll be extremely weird, and then
It
we'll
won't be
bring
out
it
of-
back up here. It'll kind of be like a primer situation.
It won't be out of context because obviously that joke that he just did there was, if we want to call it a joke, really deserved the boo. But go ahead with your
It's more
story.
of a callback, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely bananas. First story of
Oh
the
my
night.
God.
Am I
Boo.
the asshole?
What?
Yes.
You get boos too. That's
When
my
did
joke.
Am I the asshole for checking my blood sugar at my desk when my coworker has a severe blood phobia? There's got to be a word
Ooh.
for that instead of just blood phobia.
Hematophobia. They actually just talked about it on Ladies and Tangents.
Jesus Christ. They're
Give
stealing
him,
our
give
whole
him
shit.
another fucking call.
When we
out.
say always be plugging, it's not be plugging other people's stuff. Christian, bleep every single time you say the name.
I did it on the other podcast you called out, so I'll do it
Okay,
again.
but I was calling them out to fight, all right? I don't support them.
I, a 24-year-old male, enjoy my job and have two coworkers, Megan, a 25-year-old female, and our new coworker, James, 23 male, who just started.
Nice.
That's what it means when you have a new coworker. The three of us each have our own office space, but because we have to frequently collaborate on work throughout the day, we are often at each other's desks. I am a type 1 diabetic. I give insulin and check my blood sugar throughout the day as needed. I give insulin through a pump, so that's not an issue. And I check my blood sugar, but checking my blood sugar involves pricking my finger to draw a drop of blood. The blood then gets sucked up onto a test strip that is connected to a glucose meter, and the meter displays the reading.
All right, man, we fucking get it.
This whole process takes like 10 seconds. Describing it, much longer.
No fucking kidding. Derek. What the fuck is his name?
I don't
Derek.
know. It doesn't matter.
Sounds like a Derek.
I was checking my blood sugar in my office right when James walked over. Immediately, his face went white. He looked like he was about to puke, or maybe faint, or maybe both. I was like, dude, are you okay? He told me that he has a major blood and needle phobia and gets therapy for it.
Really weird that they work at a phlebotomy office.
I explained what I was doing and why it was necessary, and he said, it's freaky, man, that I have to make myself bleed multiple times a day. He told me he never wants to accidentally walk in on me checking my blood sugar again.
Maybe
because
knock.
he could pass out. They're in cubicles. Knock on what?
People knock on my cubicle
Short
wall
cubicles.
all the time.
This dude's like 7 foot. He's way above a cubicle. Sorry.
It was just a really good joke. I had to laugh at my own joke for a second.
What was your
That makes-
joke?
No, that was Christian's inner monologue.
Oh.
He's 7 foot tall. That's good. Short cubicles. Yeah. I've never worked in an office environment in my life.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. He told... I lost my spot so hard. I'm having to... He's so long-winded.
Why are you sweating so much?
There's so much pressure on me. I can't do this. I can't do this, guys.
You got it, honey.
He told me he
Ladies
never
and
wanted...
tangents could do it.
They could.
They do
See,
it in a
but
bathtub.
I was gonna
It's
say
fine.
they're in a cold bathtub. He told me he never wants to accidentally walk in on me checking my blood sugar again because he could pass out. I said that if I'm checking my blood sugar and hear him coming over, I can call out a warning like, "Hey, give me a sec." He said that just won't work. Just knowing that I'm doing that just before he comes over is enough to freak him out, and that he would be stressed that I might not hear him walking over. He told me I should check it in the bathroom from now on. And I told him I don't think I should have to do that, and also it's a very unsanitary.
Correct.
He said another option was maybe I only check my blood sugar at certain times of the day, say 9 a.m.,
Because
12
that's how that
p.m.,
works.
before eating lunch, and 4 p.m. That way he knows when to avoid me. I said these things can't always be predicted. I'll need to check it if I feel my blood sugar rising or lowering. He said that he understands that I have diabetes, but that he also has a special need, his phobia, that needs to be accommodated for, and that he doesn't want to have to avoid me at work and only talk to Megan for fear he might see me checking it again.
What a little baby.
He said he'll talk to HR about this and that he'll tell them that I refuse to compromise with him.
That's a very good move for a new employee to do.
It's a bold strategy there, Cotton. That was last Thursday, before the holidays. Tomorrow I'm thinking of going to talk to HR before James does. But first I need to know that I'm in the right here. So am I the asshole for not being more accommodating to James's blood and needle phobia while checking my blood sugar?
No.
Now, Erica, you know about stuff.
Yes.
This is obviously he's pricking blood. Is there a procedure for biohazard waste there, or because it's all self-contained, it's not an issue?
That is a great question, as I do teach bloodborne pathogen cleanups. Yes and no.
Okay.
So
Obviously, bathroom's not a solution.
no, don't.
You're introducing potentially more.
Correct. That could lead to infections. That's bad. However, the amount of blood that's being produced with a finger prick is usually just barely enough to get a reading. So the risk of exposure is really low. And if he's taking proper precautions and using a sharps container for anything, that it's most likely a retractable needle, but he should still use a sharps container, biohazard waste bag, blah, blah, blah. He probably doesn't have all that, but it's fine.
Sounds like James is a prick.
Correct.
You got it,
Also,
buddy.
He's like, I understand that you have diabetes, but could you not? Do you think this motherfucker wants to prick his finger 18,000 times a day? No.
The simplest solution is, of course, just knocking or announcing, like, hey, I'm coming in. And he's just like, no, let's do these other things that suit my schedule better.
Correct.
Like, let me be like, only do it at these specific times, fuckface.
Yeah.
And this is also how stupid you sound when you tell women to cover up breastfeeding. Like, fuck right off with that shit, too.
Tell him, Ricky. Tell him. And also, ladies and tangents, let's say you have that educative of a discussion on bloodborne pathogens.
They're both NICU nurses,
Oh,
actually.
fuck.
They're not.
And this is also like a real egg on my face here. Here's an edit. To clarify something, James cannot see me test my blood sugar unless he's literally standing in my doorway.
Correct.
It's
yeah.
not a communal style workplace. And I do not test in common areas, only inside my office. So it wasn't even a cubicle. So it's my bad,
That's
guys.
okay.
James does have a camera stationed on his desk to use for porn later, is the thing. And he doesn't like potentially like jerking it and seeing a needle and or blood.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Like a ton of sense.
No.
That's why he said go to the bathroom, because his camera angles aren't as diverse in there.
That makes sense too.
What job do you think this is?
Post-production?
Pharmaceutical sales.
It'd be.
Pharmaceutical sales.
I would love if it was like phlebotomy, like something for like the Red Cross.
This can't be something that ridiculous.
like
It's got to be something really fucking stupid, though.
like cold calling or something.
Yeah.
Technical support for Discover credit cards.
Why are you going to dox me like that? There's also... Here's an actual update. This isn't just an edit. This is a full-on update.
Entire post?
He went to HR.
Yeah, I'm not going to read all that because this dude's very long-winded. He goes to HR. HR's like, don't listen to James. Check your blood sugar whenever you want.
Correct.
He's not a doctor. Tell him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a doctor.
Wow, a workplace sticking up for one of their employees? Weird. Never heard of that.
But here's the juicy part of it. I soon found out that James had put in his 2-week notice.
Huh?
He explained to me that being diabetic wasn't the only reason why he was quitting. He wanted different hours, and that it just... But...
Why bring up the diabetes? You had other options.
he just wanted other hours, etc. But it did play a little bit of a role.
What a dick.
Oh, God.
Later, Megan, our other coworker, told me that James told her that he really struggled with me being diabetic. That's just fucked up, dude. I can't believe you're diabetic, Derek the diabetic, you fucking freak.
Phobias are real and they should be treated as such, but
Sure.
to like have such a privileged worldview of like, I need to leave this job because you're sick. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Or to have such a privileged point of view that you're trying to control other person's actions
That they can't help.
that they can't help
Jesus.
instead of correcting your own action.
Yeah. So HR's solution was that James should call before heading over to his office, to Derek's office. And James had this to say about it. Just thinking that I need to ask a question, but I have to call first to make sure he's not checking his blood sugar stresses me out.
Just call to ask the question.
Yeah, do you need to be in person?
Don't walk over there.
And that him doing this would cause him to
Email.
think about it, which would make him feel queasy and anxious.
Oh my God.
James has now quit, and while I'm relieved that I don't have to feel like a leper at work anymore, I mostly just feel bad
Oh.
for James.
Maybe don't use
It
them.
must be... Yeah.
I don't feel like a fucking cancer patient, those pieces of shit.
That's not the same thing. Leprosy is now
Obviously.
called Hansen's disease.
Bop.
He's...
That's
Derek's
an infectious disease joke, so I like it.
Hardly. It's more of a pop song joke.
Liked that
shut
one
the
too.
Fuck up. Oh my god. Boo, dude.
That's my joke.
Boo, dude. You should have booed in then.
No, I liked it.
Guys, look up Kelsey
Purpose.
Grammer announcing Hanson at like the 1998 Grammys. It's the funniest thing you'll ever see. He just does not know what Hanson or Mbop are. And he just goes, now coming up next, performing their song, Bop. It's so good. Fucking Frasier.
Derek really saves face here at the end, though. I know it must be awful living with a phobia that is that severe. And I know he didn't choose to be that way. So I hope James continues to see his therapist and can improve.
What a nice guy.
It's James isn't an asshole for leaving the job.
No.
Of course.
No, wait.
He's an asshole
No.
for like taking it to Derek's face and being like, "You're the reason why I'm quitting.
Okay, I was.
It's because of
struggling to
your
remember. I
diabetes.
was
It's
struggling
these
to remember
other
who
things
was
that are actual problems. Like I want more hours and better pay, but I'm also gonna make you specifically feel like less than a human because you have
Yeah.
diabetes. Like what the fuck, man?
I just think like it'd be so cool to have like, cool coworkers instead of like this guy over here.
Oh, I guess we technically are coworkers.
I didn't think of. I thought he was like talking about his actual coworkers. I'm like, dude, you fucking work alone. Like, what?
It's just me sitting in an office talking to myself. Like, shut the fuck up, James. I'll check my blood whenever I want to.
How am I supposed to know if this glucometer's working?
Jesus. Of course, we're coworkers in ourselves. Now we have colleagues like Lisa and Aaron from Ladies and Tangents.
You're really close.
What were their names?
Yeah, Erica. What's
Jerry.
Okay.
And Sierra,
Okay.
I think.
Claren.
But you were half right because this podcast will kill you. Both of their names are Aaron.
Wow. Well, there you go. But they're our colleagues, so we're not like technically coworkers, but we're under
Right.
the same branch.
Mhm.
So like they suck and we're good.
No, they're fabulous and we love them.
I'm writing to HR right now about them.
Is Aurora HR?
I'm writing to the director of HR of all podcasts right now.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is it Aurora?
Yes.
Fuck. She's gonna have a biased opinion, dude.
They're canceled.
We're all gonna get shit canned.
You better tighten up that resume for podcasting for
Our
the next
podcast
podcast.
resume. We made it 56 episodes before we had an HR complaint. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I average like one a week at my 9 to 5, so that's pretty good that we made it 52 weeks without one here.
It's so insane how unsurprising that is.
Kind of low, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like you're disgusting.
I haven't worn pants to work ever. They just stopped writing me up after a while.
Aren't you in charge of safety?
Yeah.
That's a big safety hazard, bro.
Well, dick burn don't hurt no one.
A little bit of HF
He
on
wears-
the thigh never hurt anyone.
He wears closed-toed shoes. It's fine.
Closed-toed shoes with boxers is a look. It's in the Safety and Health magazine 2021, the July edition, coming out next month.
This month?
This month. I will say the lamest thing I've ever done in my life is read a fucking corporate safety and health magazine for the articles. Believe that shit.
I think a lot.
What are you
less of
looking at it
know.
for the porn?
They do have a lot of porn, but I'm looking
brother.
at it for the articles. There's just so many ads. There'll literally be an article like talking about how like respirators are bad, and then like the person writing it will be like the CEO of like anti-respirators. And it's like, oh, I wonder if this was a fucking biased article.
Put it on Fox News. They'll tell you.
Yeah. Guys,
Yes, sir.
let's get on to the next story.
No, I think
Okay,
I want to
let's-
riff on respirators for a few more minutes.
I mean, if by all means, please do. I won't step on your toes.
you can. I got steel toes on, buddy.
But no pants.
Look at that. That was a test. I was
Steel
testing your
toes, but
safety,
no pants.
your safety coordinator position. I was just checking. He passed. Flying colors.
Well, he didn't pass the vibe check, so.
Can we not bring that up?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
s-
actually very...
I'm still sore about it.
Maybe if he wore pants.
I have very thin skin, and that's from the acid, but also your comments hurt me.
just the thighs though.
Yeah.
Just really thin thighs.
Yeah.
You wear gloves, but you just kind of get acid on your hands, so you wipe it on your thighs.
Yo, that happened to me in college.
Were you what?
I was in chemistry lab and I had gloves on.
Yeah. Nitrile.
Not otherwise. And I don't even remember what compounds I was working with, but I had an acid on my gloved hand and I went to wipe
Uh-oh.
like the sweat off my forehead
Yeah.
and wiped the acid on my forehead. I literally I had to use the not the eye wash station, not the
face
shower.
wash.
Yeah, they made me go to a sink basically and they drenched my head and then I had to leave. But
You absolute amateur.
yeah, and then I had like a rash on my forehead for like a week, but
Wow.
it's fine.
That's probably just HCl or something.
I don't remember what it was.
You're probably fine.
HF, if you get like a drop on you, can cause heart failure like 6 hours later. So
What's the one that draws out all of your calcium from your bones?
that's isn't that cyanide?
No, I thought that was
HF, hydrofluoric acid, and like eats your calcium up.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you had the cure for it was to like literally put calcium powder on you or some shit.
Calcium calconate I have in my bathroom.
This is a really cool podcast, guys. You know what would make it cooler? Another story.
Sorry, we're
Today
going on tangents. We're taking inspiration.
Ladies?
We're stealing from another all-women podcast, God damn it.
Oh, fuck.
All right, let's just scrap this episode and start over.
Let's start over.
Scrap the podcast.
Might as
Honestly.
well.
Let's get a new premise.
Let's get a new premise, a better idea.
Only
Something
math,
better than
only
circle
math
jerk.
jokes.
Let's not do only math. I'm not smart enough.
I'm so bad at math, you guys.
We'll be like, hey, riddle, riddle, but instead of riddles, I'll just give you like algorithms, and you just spend the whole time riffing and solving them.
That sounds
I
easy.
will spend the whole time crying.
I'm sure that actually might be a pretty good podcast. There's going to be freaks out there that would love that. Today I fucked up by imagining my dick as a 6-speed manual transmission and playing with it.
What?
Today I fucked up by
No, I
imagining
know,
my
I
dick
heard
as a
you. I'm just
6-speed
trying
manual
to-
transmission and playing with it.
I'm just trying to imagine it, I guess.
I have an unhealthy habit of imagining my dick as a 6-speed manual transmission.
Perfect writing.
Shifting gears with it.
This dude got a fucking max score on the ACT writing portion.
Oh, he got you in with the hook.
This was like in third. I remember, like in third grade, they're like use a sentence using the word dinosaur, and like you would write like this is a sentence using the word dinosaur. That's his energy.
He hit you with the 1-1 combo there. It was awesome. I do it every time I have a rock hard boner, especially when I'm in no mood to jerk off.
How frequently do you have rock hard boners where you're not jerking off?
I don't know. Last week I was at my parents' house for dinner. So after I was done with my dinner, I was horny and decided to head back to my old room and have a little sausage massage.
They had invited their friend and her daughter over, but she was talking to my brother in the kitchen while he was feeding our egg a cat. Our cat and egg.
I put on some ebony porn and started to slowly play with myself. Halfway through, I lost interest, but I had a rock solid boner. So I decided to shift gears with it.
Literally.
So I put on some manual transmission car racing videos on my TV and shifted gears with my dick whenever the guy in the video shifted gears. I was trying to match the timing, and it was so much fun.
All right.
The fun lasted for 10 minutes until my dad barged into my room and asked me if I would fancy some ice cream. The puzzled look on his face said everything.
I'm kind of on this guy. This sounds fun. I'm kind of on his side now. That sounds pretty fun to do. I don't think I could maintain an erection for 10 minutes in any scenario, let alone watching a Formula One racing video, but...
Well, they actually don't use this kind of shifter in Formula One. They use paddle shifters.
Well, fuck me.
I mean, this is just pretty embarrassing.
So he's just going like this to
His balls. Let's fucking put it in reverse for a second.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
How frequent...
Oh, my God.
How frequently do you have boners where you're not... Like, this dude just dreaming about fucking cussy the entire time, I bet. That's car pussy for
Okay.
I was gonna
uninitiated.
say it. Damn it.
I didn't know what you meant. I was very lost. How do you just, like, you're in the middle of jerking off and you're just like, you know what? I'm done with this. Put on the car. Get on the car, YouTube.
It's not even like deciding that you're done with it. He lost interest. He literally has like such bad attention span that he's just like, what was I doing again? Oh,
I was shifting. Ring, ring.
He is in a Lightning McQueen car's bed.
Ciao.
Good job.
Didn't he say he went over to his parents for dinner?
Yeah.
He went to his like childhood room to go fucking rub one out in the middle of dinner.
Oh, after
Probably
dinner.
after. But like,
You didn't know there was dessert.
like, what do you tell your parents you're going to do?
Yeah,
Hey,
so-
don't bother me. I'm gonna go sit in my old bedroom for.
I'm
a
going to
minute
go
or
check
two.
out the old stomping grounds.
Especially because he's in there. He said, what? He was watching the video for 10 minutes. How long was he watching the porn? Like, that's such a long time, man.
A minute and a half. And he's like, you know what? This isn't really doing it for me.
Then you find a different one.
Listen,
Get the job
You
done.
did
Move
find
on
a
with your
different
life.
video.
Here's
a race car video.
Here's real advice here. If you're going to pull some shit like this, like go
Pull
upstairs.
it a couple more times. Get done.
If you're going to pull some shit like this, just start the shower and then go into your bedroom. Because then they'll be like, oh, fucking Larry's up in the shower. I won't go up there and ask him if he wants ice cream. None the wiser. You're in your fucking bedroom winning the goddamn Grand Prix.
Somebody's exposing himself right here.
Please don't.
Embarrassed.
Please
I
put
don't
your
have
pants
pants
back
on. Yeah.
Please stop shifting over there, dude. Please.
What kind of ice cream do you think it was?
Strawberry.
I thought it was Rocky
Ew.
Road.
The only correct answer is Culver's.
Just Culver's.
Custard with
In
peanut
general.
butter cups and salted caramel.
It seems bizarre that the dad would go and bring back the ice cream. I assume the dad already had the ice cream ready.
Mm.
Like he brought ice cream up with him.
That's like the picture in my head. It's
I
like
gotcha.
He's got the little
Springs
sundae
up a
dish, and he's
whole
like,
banana split.
he's
Just missing the banana, son.
Ew!
he knew.
I call this one a banana shift.
Mom comes up. I got the cherry on top.
I'm not happy with this. I don't like where this conversation's going.
You're the one
guys.
who brought the video up, man.
I didn't bring up any video. Do you want me to pull up the video?
No.
He linked the race that he watched. Now this is, I wonder what kind of car he owns, because if this dude owns anything less than like a manual like sports car, he's lost all credibility to me. Like imagine this dude driving around like a little like automatic shit box.
Yeah, he probably does.
I guess you
mean,
always want what you can't have, right?
Yeah, that's why he's like dreaming, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm really trying to get the timing. I'm trying to figure out how to drive a manual car. I'm hoping this is enough practice for me to kind of just.
His dad takes him out back.
It only
All
counts
right.
if he's moving his foot too with the clutch.
His dad takes him out back like, all right, son, time to hop in the truck. Got to teach you how to drive stick. Dad, I already know how to drive stick. Who taught you that? I did. Just fucking goes, immediately stalls it, drops the fucking transmission. Dick's out.
I was gonna say it'd be a lot funnier if he got in the car and he's like, "Hold on, I gotta get her started." And,
I don't like where
Dad's rock hard too. Like,
no,
son, you learn.
All right.
You learn just like me, son.
no, we're done. We're going to a break.
My grandpappy taught me before you, and I'll teach you.
he learned from watching his mother. That's how he learned how to drive stick.
We're going to break. Goodbye.
And welcome back to this side of the podcast. We're getting sultry on this side. We're talking about dick shifts and stick bliffs. Thoughts?
Bad. Very bad.
I'm not a fan of that one.
No, thank you.
Guys, we're back. We're going to do a circle jerge. Christian?
Jerking around the circle.
We've got a little special treat for us this week. I always enjoy your little like we've done conspiracies. We did what was it, like actual conspiracy or low stakes conspiracies. Yeah. You always find good subreddits to pull multiple from.
Yeah, I like to kind of dig through the weeds and really get one with mother guy and find like what the real man is talking about. Not these hoity-toity city slickers like ladies in tangents.
What if Greek mythology was real and Gaia existed solely for you to find good subreddits? Because that sucks.
I mean, that'd be a pretty cool like deity if you ask me. But this week we got shitty ask science questions. Shitty ask science questions.
Shitty ask science questions.
Yes.
I gotcha.
First,
So Ask Science is a subreddit.
that's a subreddit where yes,
And you found poor ones.
yeah, these are just fucking bad ones. These are dumb ones.
So there are good ones on there, but you didn't take those ones on
No.
Ask Science.
No, I'm on the actual subreddit. Shitty ask science.
Oh, there's a subreddit, Shitty Ask Science questions.
Yes. Oh, I wasn't.
There's
I
a
wasn't.
subreddit for everything.
Not for the Judgies.
Not for the Judgies.
yet.
Not yet. First question: can I take off the vaccine patch they gave me a week before my second appointment?
What's a vaccine patch?
Just the Band-Aid. This guy's dumb.
Oh my god.
So he was waiting until his second shot to take the Band-Aid off?
So
Yeah.
a minimum, he's had that Band-Aid on
It's
for
the
like
patch.
21 days.
At least they're getting
Depending
it.
on what vaccine you got.
Well, in Canada, there's like 3 to 4 months between shots because they had such a bad, hard time getting doses.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, some places aren't as greedy as the United States.
Well,
Hoarding the IP of vaccines.
If women supposedly exist, how come I've never spoken to one?
because you clearly suck.
How? All right.
Is that you don't got anything to say on that?
I was at a science question, man.
What do you mean?
It's more
They
of
don't
like
exist.
that's more of like a philosophical question, I feel like.
Oh, is philosophy not a science?
I just assumed we were talking about physical sciences.
Oh, sorry.
This isn't shitty.
Pseudoscience
Here.
questions.
I did not say pseudo.
Sue really do
No,
science.
Here's a physical science question.
Okay.
Will my boyfriend still be able to gaslight me with the current gas shortage happening?
That's taking that
Yes.
boyfriend into an ex, hon. That was just fucking right off the top there, buddy.
No. It's bad.
That was such a perfect.
No.
You're a tough crowd over here.
Always.
What's your guys' favorite Greek? Bring it back. Sorry to Greek mythology. What's your favorite Greek god? Nike or? All right. Well, fuck
What?
me.
Nike.
Nikor. Nike.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce Nike. Come on. Get on top of it. That guy who emailed us, you got it.
He got it.
Mine's Persephone.
Nice. Do you like the fruit? Pomegranate?
Is that in the
No.
myth of her?
Nice.
My favorite Greek goddess is Person Phone Me.
Jesus.
If Greek
fucking
goddesses
Christ.
are real, how come person never phoned me?
Okay, this one's specifically aimed towards you, Josh. As a vegetarian,
Okay.
how can I participate in No Nut November if they are a large part of my diet already?
Yeah, so nuts, you don't actually have to eat nuts for protein. You can go for other plant-based proteins.
Such as what?
I mean, like peanuts. There you go. That's a legume. And then other beans.
But
black
like,
beans.
don't you think that's
pintos,
kind of like?
garbanzos?
I know it's kind of a semantics thing, but you don't you think it's kind of like, I don't know, like bad juju to eat a peanut during No Nut November? Like, I know it's not technically a nut.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like,
But
it's going against the spirit.
you're right. Yeah, but you could just do like any other legume. You could do soy. You could even just do eggs if you eat eggs.
You got any?
I was trying to think
Mushrooms.
about salty nuts for.
Oh my God, Erica, what?
Yeah, I was trying to work out something about jizz and then also.
I'll get us out of this one.
Okay.
I'm getting my COVID vaccine Saturday.
Can we clip Erica saying I was trying to work out something about jizz?
I'm getting my COVID vaccine Saturday. I'm concerned that the 5G chip won't work in my area. Is it backwards compatible to 4G LTE?
Yes.
Or should I look into moving to a different area?
both.
Yeah, if you're concerned about 5G coverage, you got to move, buddy.
For
you
sure.
should really not stick around there. That's
How else are you supposed to get the Amazon
Yeah.
Prime deals just beamed directly into your fucking skull?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have Amazon Prime drone like in your area, are you even living?
Cringe.
We're recording this on Prime Day, and I
Mhm.
spent so much money today.
This one's to you, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Bezos, you got it, buddy.
Fuck you, and
I love you.
also, yeah, that's so great.
Fuck you, fuck me. If folding a piece of paper 42 times reaches the moon, then how come we need rockets to put people on the moon? Surely someone folding printer paper 42 times would be faster.
Get on it, Bezos. What are you doing? Erica just spent $3,000 on your fucking website.
300. Come on.
Fold some fucking paper.
300,000?
Yes.
That's the entire Judgies budget. Ooh, I didn't mean to spill the beans like that.
Didn't mean to spill the peanuts like that. Not in No Nut November.
Good, because it's June.
No, we're bulk
once
recording.
once we edit
This releases
this-
in July. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
which is No Nut July.
Yeah.
Mm,
We had to skip it in 2020 because of COVID
COVID,
reasons.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Also, unrelated. Went to go buy jalapenos for Father's Day to make jalapeno poppers. They just weren't selling jalapenos.
Why didn't you get poblanos?
They're not.
There's only
hot
like
enough.
one. I just grabbed button mushrooms and made stuffed mushrooms. But like, they didn't even have like a slot for jalapenos. It was just like, nah, fuck you. They had Anaheim, Poblanos, Serrano. No
Why don't
fucking.
you just get a couple of habaneros?
They didn't have habaneros there.
A couple
Don't
of
be a
hot
little
boys.
bitch and stuff some fucking ghost peppers, dude.
Yeah,
Get
you
those
fucking
tiny little
bitch.
bells and shove them in there.
They didn't sell those either, believe it or not.
All right.
That's fucked up. Okay, now that Erica spent all of her money, can you get rich by buying gold at the equator and then selling it in Alaska due to higher gravity there? That's a real science question for you.
That is a real science question because it's way more.
Yeah.
I imagine they have an internal standard that, like, gets rid of it. You know what I mean?
You think they take that into account?
Yeah. If it's
No
a significant
way.
enough margin, for sure.
Otherwise, this would already be done.
Yeah.
That would already
Maybe that's
be
how
done.
Bezos got the money to make Amazon.
Right in, Bezos, let us know.
Jeff Bezos' salary is only $80,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. And he's already saved enough to be worth $140 billion.
After the divorce.
This dude's really good at saving. When a younger sibling starts hitting themselves, they will often continue to hit themselves despite the desperate pleading of the older siblings to stop hitting themselves. What is the cause of this behavior?
Yeah, so every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's Newton's third law. So, like, you're pushing their hand into their face is the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize bullying your siblings ever have, like, thermodynamic laws incorporated into it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it really just shows, like, I should be thinking deeper about the things that are going on around me in the everyday world.
That's what
Sure.
made you realize that, man?
Yeah. You opened my eyes.
Nice.
Like, you opened my eyes to the science, and Jeffrey Bezos opened my eyes to just needing to save money better.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I do not make $80,000 a year, so maybe it's unachievable for me to get to $140 billion after a divorce, but
Oh.
So I guess you may as well not even get divorced in the first place. It's not even worth it. Wait, hang on.
I think that's all I got for right now, folks. I'm sorry.
Do you know why it's called Amazon Prime Day?
Why is that?
Because math. There's no other day like it. I don't know. Prime is a thing. I was just trying to fill time, guys.
Is today a Prime Day?
It's not like they're like donating some of the profits from Prime Day sales to saving the Amazon. So
Are they?
no.
That would... God, corporations fucking suck, huh?
I mean, they might be, but
Corporations
I just
fuck-
made that shit up.
Don't even
so
say they might be, because they aren't.
They're not.
Corporations fucking rock when you support the Judgies. Send us an email if you want to be sponsored by the Judgies.
That's fair, yeah. We'll gladly take your money for sponsorships.
But that's all I had for shitty science questions this week, folks. I mean, are you guys happy with the outcomes of it?
I feel
Do you
like...
feel enlightened?
No, the opposite, I think. I think that made me sad.
Why?
Listen, not everybody in the world has the same access to basic education.
I mean, I thought those are really, like, good, like, well thought out questions.
I'm not gonna lie, the sibling hitting themselves one really like took me a second. I was like, huh, how are they doing that?
I feel again that, but even if that seems like a Freud question, like I feel like it's not even a physical science thing.
I mean, are we gonna have this argument too that, again, like, philosophy isn't a science?
I mean, Freud is psych, but it's fine.
What did I say? Philosophy. This is so embarrassing. Are we not saying they're both sciences?
You know what? The best one was definitely the paper folding one. How have we not figured that shit out yet? If we could just fold a piece of paper 42 times, we're at the moon.
Is that a real fact?
Yeah.
I feel like that's some, what
No,
are the
that's-
kids saying nowadays? Cap?
This is a bunch of hullabaloo.
But the most times you can fold a piece of paper is like 8 or 9, I think.
Get out a piece of
They did it
paper.
on Mythbusters.
No, by humans you can only do it like 7 or 8, but like a machine did 9 once, I think.
And it's just in half.
Yep, every time in
'Cause
half.
it's like-
Hamburger
it's
or hot
ex-
dog style?
It's
Doesn't matter.
exponential. You know what I mean? So it's like 2 folds, 4 folds, 8. You know what I mean?
64 folds, fuck, Christian, save me.
64 palm trigram
Palm. Naruto, guys, come on.
anime, Erica.
Weebs.
64 trigrams.
Wow.
Is that what it is?
I'm going to say yes. I haven't watched Naruto in a long time, guys.
And hey, guys, if you want to follow us, you could be our 128th trigram follower on Instagram.
We're well past
This
that.
TikTok's gonna end up on a fucking anime weebs For You page. Like this guy's.
Don't out me like that.
That's all his For You pages is
Stop,
fucking anime.
Erica, stop.
Back to Greek mythology. That's an Attack on a Titan right here.
Oh
Stop.
my god, boo.
Stop it. There's gonna be anime listeners that listen to this and they're gonna be like, you don't know the basic bullshit from Naruto, and you call yourself an anime fan?
You wanna know my favorite anime?
If you say fucking Avatar: The Last Airbender, we're ending.
The Last Airbender.
Tori in the House. Is that
Tori
still
in
a
the
funny
House.
joke?
Is it still 2013?
I wish, dude.
Times were simpler.
You know what else is simpler?
Shaving your balls with
No,
one-
we're not. No,
we
we're
are
not.
no
we're not-
longer sponsored at the moment.
No, when listeners send their stories into us, because I don't have to go on Reddit and find stupid things. Just like this story sent to us by a listener.
Judgiespod@gmail.com. JUDGIES.
Am I the asshole for marrying my friend's ex-husband?
Probably.
It sounds, yeah, very likely.
Doesn't seem like a good move on the surface.
A few years ago, I met a friend. We'll call her Lois. And we hung
Holy
out at her
crap,
house.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I thought that when I read this, I was like, maybe I should change the name. We hung out at her house a few times, usually with her husband. We weren't the best of friends, and I always felt like she was blowing me off because she would never come to my house, and we would only talk for about 15 minutes before she would go to her room and leave me and her husband to talk, but we never talked. That sounds spicy. I don't think it was meant to be that spicy. I think it meant they just sat in awkward silence.
Oh, okay.
Lois messaged me one night and said, "Do you want to date us?"
Okay.
I was thrown off by the question because I didn't notice her attraction for me whatsoever. And I didn't know how this person would want to date me while barely knowing anything about me.
You couldn't get the social clues that she was attracted to you by ignoring you the entire time?
She was trying to neg you, dude. In my confusion, I didn't know what to say, so I made something up and I told her I was in a long-term relationship and was not interested. When honestly, I had just dumped my boyfriend.
Classic lie.
Got to save face there. What would you do in that situation? Like me and Josh text you like, hey, you want to date us? I'm not going to talk to you. It's going to be about normal on that front, but...
Mm-hmm. I think I'd... What? No.
You broke Erica.
I would lie, I guess. I'd be like, nah, I got a boyfriend.
That's what she did. Smart. That's smart. We lost touch after that and never really hung out again. I got married and moved, and then ended up getting divorced and moving back. Her ex ended up messaging me. We ended up hanging out a lot at the time, and I was going through a divorce, so he understood how I felt, because he had also been divorced.
Hence X.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep. We were really good friends before we ever sparked a romance. We have such a good romance, I almost feel bad for not taking up on the offer years before.
Mm.
He ended up moving for work, and I truly thought I may never see him again. But a few months later, he calls me and asks me to move in with him. I say yes, of course, and a year later, he asked me to marry him. Lois found out 6 months before our wedding that we were dating. She got a hold of my phone number and messaged me. I was confused at first, but just went along with it. She asked me who I was dating, and so I told her. I was caught off guard by her response and still don't understand it to this day.
Wow.
She said, "I'm okay with this."
Oh.
That's not what I was expecting.
Holy crap, Lois.
Shut up.
"I'm okay with this, I swear. I only wish we would have had a chance, my precious gem.
Oh.
I hope you're both happy."
I don't like that.
She wanted to stay friends, but I'm not really comfortable with that. And when I told her this, she said I was being overdramatic, and I took her husband, so I should just be friends with her because of that.
Like a consolation
That's a
prize.
lot to ask.
Yeah, that's the least you could do after stealing her husband.
The most you could do is date me as well now.
She divorced my husband after he put her through college and worked multiple jobs so she didn't have to work while going to school. I don't feel bad because we're never that close of friends, but it does feel awkward how possessive she was over me and my actions. As if I had wronged her. I'm happy with my husband, but I have to know, am I the asshole?
Nah.
I think given the one fact that you guys don't live anywhere near each other anymore, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, why are you still trying to be friends? Like, that's weird.
If the fucking world's gonna put you two together after all that shit.
I don't think anyone's an asshole here. I just think that's kind of uncomfortable.
It was
I don't think it's
mostly-
rude or like you're being a jerk.
Cause they didn't even seem like they were friends in the first place, really.
Yeah.
Like, you're using the term friend very loosely.
Yeah.
More like an acquaintance. Like, we tried a friendship thing, it wasn't working out.
I don't even think
I'm gonna fuck your husband, maybe I'll marry him.
I don't think there's ever like plans to be friends from the beginning. I think it was probably like a situation of Lois thinking this lady's hot and be like, you should like hang out with me sometime, and then her being like, all right, if I scram, my husband will just like work the magic on her, she'll fall in love with him, and we'll all just like be in love. And then the writer and the husband are just like, how's the weather out there? Because, you know, he's a normal man, so he doesn't know how to talk to it. He was like, what the fuck, Lois? I thought you were going to be my wingman.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I can't say it. You say it?
Holy crap, Lois. I thought you were gonna be my wingman.
I mean, has the submitter, is our submitter Lois or the friend is Lois? Okay.
The wife.
Yeah, the ex-wife is Lois.
Okay. Has our submitter asked her new husband, like, hey, did you know that she wanted us to do the threesome thing? Were you in on this? Was this like part of the whole plan? Like,
now, does that change anything?
No.
Just interested.
Yeah, I just like want to know.
I just need the tea.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting here is that Lois not talking to her didn't work, but the guy not talking to her did work.
Yeah.
They had very similar strategies. I feel like they had a
But
bet going or something.
I feel like that's because the husband was not hiding any of his intentions. He's just sitting there, not asking for one thing or the other. But the Lois is just, come over and be my friend. But just kidding, I don't want to be your friend. I'm gonna go sit in here and then, hey, you want to fuck me and my husband sometimes?
Date.
Sorry, date.
Date.
Do you want to date?
They were
me and my
saving all
husband
three of
sometimes?
themselves for marriage. Excuse you.
My apologies.
I don't know how you didn't get that from the story.
Right.
It was heavily implied.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have nothing to worry about. I think you're fine. I think that, like you're saying, like, nobody is an asshole here.
Yeah, it's just
The
an awkward
ex-wife
situation.
is like, Lois is being a little bit like
Weird.
trying to guilt trip you for some reason.
I think
she's
she's
just trying to
just-
bang.
Yeah, I think she's just like sad that she didn't ever get a fucking piece of that, bro.
Mm.
I'd say the only thing you have to be careful of is make sure that Lois and your husband aren't like still in contact at all, because this could be like a long con. Because for him to just call out of nowhere and be like, "You want to move in with me?"
No. They were like dating.
But then he moved away.
Correct. And he's like, I'm sad without you, baby. Move with me.
It's like a whole,
I guess I misheard that.
it's like a rom-com, dude.
It still could be a long con.
I don't think so.
Or a
It's
rom-com.
Fine.
Or a rom-con.
Yes, that too.
Or a long com.
Those are the
That's
worst
when you
ones.
like take a really pregnant pause after a comma.
Oh my God.
That's a long com.
That actually was a fantastic joke. That was an amazing joke. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I can't believe it took us, 56 weeks to get to this level of joke-making ability?
Thank you. I deserve more than this, but I'll take it.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
We'll edit in post, don't worry. It'll sound great.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a very rare story of like
No one.
there's
sucks.
so many turns where you're like,
yeah.
Here
this
we
could've been
go.
Very juicy.
let's fucking go, and then just nothing. Which is good. Like that's
we
obviously
don't want
better.
drama to happen upon you.
But we do.
No drama.
No drama.
You guys just gonna quote the fucking gospel at me? Do you even know what fucking album that's off of?
Ella Funk.
Don't pull on my hand.
I
boy.
can't remember if it's off of
You
Ella
ain't
Funk or
my
if it's off of
fanboy.
Monkey Business. It's got to be off of Ella Funk, I feel
I'm
like.
just trying to dance.
I had to go so deep into my brain to get the word Elefunk.
Christian, what was your first album you ever purchased?
Let's not drag me here, but it was Eiffel 65, Blue Dabba Dee.
Yeah, so me and my brothers was first Ella Funk and then Monkey Business. So we just played that shit on repeat.
I mean, clearly one of us has better taste than the other.
Well, and then to be fair, then I bought Riot by Paramore.
Oof.
And then 1X
Great
by 3
album.
Days Grace.
Also,
So what's like the gap of years between buying Elefunk and Monkey Business
Well,
and
I will say
then Riot?
the first album that was bought for me was Now That's What I Call Music 7 or 8, which had Blink-182's All the Small Things, and then a Smash Mouth song that wasn't All-Star.
So you just had like parents that loved you.
And then I would also
now that's what I call music.
I would also shuffle that disc in my disc player with the Pokemon the movie soundtrack.
of course you did.
So, which I still
That's
own.
very on brand for you.
I still own that. I believe it's in my computer currently.
What? How do you still have? How do you keep track of that?
I don't. It's just one of those things where every time I moved, I would just
I need to keep this.
I would just find it when I was moving, and now it's at my house.
Huh. What was your first album?
I really don't remember. Probably Britney Spears.
I don't even know any of her album names.
The one where she's sitting on a pink background with like hands on her knees or some shit.
That's
I
the name
don't-
of the album.
I don't. Let me.
Of course,
Google it.
Weezer has like the blue album, the white album, and stuff, and Britney Spears has the one where she's sitting on a pink
In
background
front
with her-
of Pink, and she's sitting like this.
Pink, the artist or the color.
the color.
You almost said the artist.
The artist.
Um,
It's just a blown up picture of Pink with Britney Spears in front of it.
1999. Baby, one more time.
That was the name of the album.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Let me show
Probably-
you so
we
that
probably
you don't
could've-
think I'm a dumb idiot.
We probably could have fucking sussed that out. Ah, yeah. I thought that was just the
I
title,
can't
like
get it.
the single. I would have never guessed that was the album art.
Yeah. Also, you're really not supposed. That's really bad for your knees. You shouldn't sit like that.
Really?
Also,
Good to know.
Hit Me Baby One More Time was because it was written by a Swedish producer, and it was a translation error, and they thought they were saying "Call Me Again," like "Hit Me Up," but they kept it as "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and that's why she's famous.
Wow.
Isn't that fun?
Wow.
Yeah, she was my first concert, but I fell asleep. So my mom got to see Britney Spears and NSYNC, and
That's an insane concert.
That-
yeah, it was awesome.
that
Except
could've
for I
been life-
slept through the whole thing.
That could have been life changing.
I know.
Imagine how much less you would have sucked if you would have gotten to take in Britney Spears and NSYNC at such a young age of 29.
She fell asleep at the concert, 29 years old.
Yeah.
No, my mom wasn't even 29 then.
Well, guys, speaking of 29, let's get out of here. This is our 29th times 2 episode minus 2. So thanks for listening.
Quick math.
Erica, if you wouldn't
That's
mind,
me. Huh?
plug in our social medias. Where can they reach us at?
TikTok and Instagram, and what's the other T one? Twitter. YouTube.
Letterboxd.
We haven't done anything with that. Are we? Are you just gonna keep saying it?
I will say what we can do for Letterboxd as our first review is I own Shrek the movie on DVD. My mom for my birthday bought me a metal casing Blu-ray edition of Shrek with a bonus disc of features. So we can put that on Letterboxd, guys. We can do it.
Okay.
I just want there to like be a fan base there for once we do have that first post that can really fucking pop off.
Sure. Yes, we're on Letterboxd, and the handle's JUDGIES pod. Judgies pod.
And if you have a story you want us to read, email it to us at judgiespod@gmail.com.
And if you want to leave a review, please do that as well.
5 stars only, though.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna explain yourself.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.